Hey, welcome to another episode of It Resolves. My name is Kevin.
My name is Will.
What'd you miss?
I missed the.
Oh.
That was really loud.
That was
Sorry.
super loud.
Dang it, ring. But yeah, the snare.
Oh yeah.
You know? Music's cool. Welcome back to this weird show.
This is a weird show. This is going to be a particularly weird show.
Yeah,
I
this
think.
is going to be a little disjointed and maybe emotional. Not.
I'm gonna cry.
He always does.
I do
Before
after
and
each
after.
show.
Mostly because I beat him up. I thought it would work. Okay,
It didn't
anyway.
work.
Welcome back. Weird intro's out of the way. We'll get
Yeah.
one nailed down one day.
No,
I
we
promise. Never. Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin, what's on the plate today? What's the
Yeah.
agenda?
So, we have our random card of the day.
Of course.
Then
Starting
we are
off.
going to get into the drama a little bit that went on last week. We're not going to discuss it too much, but we
Right.
want to take our stance on it.
It's-
And then
so you don't get too put off right away. It was
Yeah.
important to me, at least, Kevin as well. I don't want to speak for you.
Sure.
but that we not necessarily give our opinions, because who cares at this point?
yeah, it's been talked about like crazy.
Um,
So
But at least to maybe sound a little more rational.
yeah,
Be able to come at it objectively, because we are not involved with any of the people.
Right, we're
in the
too
center.
little for all that. But yeah, we want to take the objective standpoint. Not necessarily. I wouldn't necessarily call it middle ground, but just
Yeah.
the standpoint of someone from the outside looking in.
Right.
But that is also on the YouTube content creation side of
Right.
things as well. So
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about that. And we'll go into more detail about all that as we go. We also have our question of the week and our sponsor in Crack-A-Packs. Before we get into any of that, though, I do want to mention that we did have our winner of the 1,000 follower giveaway. First of all, thank you all so much
Yeah,
for
really
the
appreciate
support.
it. It's great.
We estimated, I think,
Mhm.
we started around, on YouTube, we started around 126, 27
Something like
subscribers.
that. I'll drop in the bucket.
Yeah, honestly. And we were hoping, our hope was to get 150.
Maybe in the end of the week.
Yeah, we reached that the first day.
Yeah.
Not even
A few
24
hours.
hours after the
hours.
first post. So we ended up at 170 of you fantastic, lovely people
You beautiful people.
subscribing to us, which we
Should we have a
greatly
name for
appreciate
the
it.
community?
I don't know.
Talk amongst yourselves. You in
Give
the
us some
back.
names. Give
Throw
us some
something
names.
out there.
Comment them at us. Comment them at us. That's a
That
thing.
works. That's a
Um,
phrase.
Yes, so thank you. All of the support has been
Appreciate it.
fantastic. We also did see a fairly large bump on Instagram as far as followers. We're up to 1,080 of
Yeah.
you fantastic people.
We're
So
always on there. Sometime posting pictures that should go to other accounts.
that was one time, and it was you.
I was gonna try to act shocked. I couldn't. Yeah,
Oh, that was great.
That was me.
But yes, so thank you so much for all the support. Congratulate Dungeon Master Rob on his fantastic win. We will be sending that out this week, so you will get that in the mail, hopefully
Yeah,
in the
man.
next week or two.
Two things. Awesome name,
Yeah,
Dungeon Master.
great name.
Second, that congratulate just threw me off.
What?
Congratulate? I don't know.
I was telling other people to congratulate him.
Oh, sorry. That was instructions.
Yes,
My bad.
that was an instructional thing.
I'm sorry.
I mean, congratulations to him, also congratulate him.
I'm sorry.
Anyway.
I did you wrong, man.
God, you're just not getting it today. No, I'm just kidding.
I
All
love
right,
that
guys, let's get into the random card of the day in 3, 2, 1.
What?
Glenalindra Liege. This is originally from Shadowmoor. It's a rare.
Yeah.
This is one of the lords, actually. This
Yeah,
is
there were a
for...
bunch.
Yeah, there was a cycle of these.
Mhm.
Wiltleaf Liege, I believe, is the most popular. Is that
Wiltleaf
correct? The
is-
green-white?
Yes.
I believe that's
Yes,
the most
that's the
popular.
one.
Anyway, this is 1 and 3 hybrid mana, either blue or black, for a 2/3 fairy knight with flying. It also says other blue creatures you control get +1/+1, and other black creatures you control get +1/+1. So it was very on theme with the hybrid mana, boosting both blue and black creatures
Yep.
solely on your end of the field. Great card.
It is.
I mean-
so this cycle was really important. And don't want to say unique. There are lures everywhere, but the hybrid mana especially was really cool in this set. I wish there was more of it, by the way.
Yeah.
But I'd say of the lieges, the lords, this is just purely just because of the colors it falls into. It's not its fault if you're going to make a cycle. You have
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
But it's not the best one of these because blue and black, you're not always going to be building a big board.
It's
You
more
don't
of the
always care.
controlling colors, so you're
Right,
looking to
right.
do more spell things, stuff like that. I will say that black was very popular with fairies. Blue-black was fairies at the time.
Yeah, and that's
And so in this period, it was actually quite good.
my point
but-
is limited
Limited.
all-star. A+.
Huge all-star.
You can
Yes.
build really anything in limited. Blue-black aggro could work in limited. I promise. I've done it. Don't ask me if I won. Don't ask that.
Doesn't matter. We don't play to win. Glennalendra Liege there, yeah. It's a pretty good card.
No, it is though. And you're absolutely right. The fairies. I mean, Bitter Blossom is still around and still feared.
I bought one recently.
You did.
I did.
That's really cool.
I bought a lot of cards
A Blight
recently
Steel,
that
right?
I shouldn't. I bought a Blight Steel. I bought
There you
4
go.
Dark Confidants.
I knew you would. We were talking about it the other day.
You mentioned it the other
Yeah.
day. You were like, "Don't you have Dark Confidant like one?" And I was like, "No?" Question mark. And so I just
No?
went to the store and bought 4.
I mean, that's what you do when you need Dark Confidant.
They're expensive. Don't do that.
Honestly, though, not really. Like, now's the time if you want them.
Now is the time because they're
How
not
much were
seeing
they?
as much play lately.
Right, that's fine.
Because they died us so much. But like 45 each.
Oh, I was...
It was pretty expensive. I also bought a demonic tutor.
Kevin, anyway.
let's gloss over that.
Man, really feeling the black, though, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Just roll right over that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is a great episode. already.
Glennalendra Liege, Blue-Black Lord, pump stuff.
I'm happy with that. That's
It's
a good card.
It's
Yeah.
good. The flying especially.
Shadowmoor
nice.
was also a great set.
That was so much fun. Shadowmoor was great.
That whole block. Okay, so moving off of the card of the day, we are going to jump into the drama that ensued last week. Do you want to explain what happened?
So I was actually going to ask, do you want to go over that? We're talking
We're
about
beating
it.
a dead
It's-
horse
yeah.
at this point, but let's just, for anybody,
To
just in
recap,
case. And again, we're going to do our best to stay objective about everything. So
Yeah. So essentially, and I'm going to try not to use any names because it's a moot point. Essentially, a large member of the Magic community decided to leave Magic, either permanently or for a while. We don't know, but she's taking a break at least. She was a prominent cosplayer. If you went to the Pro Tours at all or went to GPs at all, you may have seen her there.
probably did.
She was invited by Wizards to a number of things. She did shoots for Wizards for a number of things. She was a really nice person. All that stuff was nice. She's not dead.
Yeah, I was going to say.
She is a nice
still
person.
is a nice person.
And she was a prominent member, well known. She left because she felt that the community, or at least a large portion, I think it would be fair to say, was growing hostile, unaccepting. No one got hurt. I think that's important to point out.
Yes.
But she feels as though lines were crossed. Some unfair things were said. Basically, if I had to put a phrase to it, she was bullied out.
Yeah.
In her perspective, that's what she thinks. And a number of people jumped on this, and it seems like there's very few in the middle. It seems like there's two big extremes.
It's very much a polarizing subject.
Right, and I think it should be in a way, but
yes, but that also causes the main problem,
right.
to be honest.
Right. So you have large content creators on YouTube making response videos, different kinds of videos, voicing their opinions on one side or the other. Again, I'm not going to use any names. But yeah, that's basically where we're at. And essentially what's happened now, in my perspective, is it's kind of just become a tear, almost a rift.
Yes.
And it's an unsealed wound at this point, right? No one's there, like, no apologies have come from anybody, I don't think, to my knowledge.
No.
Which is not shocking, but
here's the problem.
Yeah.
Basically what this all amounts to is, regardless of which side you take, we are now in the midst of this huge rift in the Magic community, which
Sure.
is a problem. The fact that there's this huge divide, people attacking each other, things like that, that's not a healthy community. And ideally, that's what we should be aiming for, is the healthiest community that we can have. So where I take issue personally, and I'm not going to speak for Will on this, but where I take issue is I think we've lost sight of bringing the community together a bit. And it's become, let's voice our opinions, let's make sure that we get heard, and let's go ahead and attack the other person.
Yeah. Are you speaking specifically for content creators?
Yes, for the most part, because, again, I'm speaking from the content creator perspective here. We're a small-time channel, obviously. Yeah. We're not big by any means, but I think our goal from the beginning... Spirit. Yeah. And we're a little bit bigger, thanks to all you people with the 1,000 follower giveaway. You know, our goal with this was, first of all, to have fun, but also to build and provide hopefully useful and fun information for the community. That was our goal. And I think for anybody creating content around any community, in this case, the Magic community, it should be part of your goal to forward the community or provide some sort of service to the community. And unfortunately, by voicing all these opinions in such a one-sided way, I guess is the best way to put it, we have this rift, and it's not a good thing.
No, it hurts a little bit. So I'm thinking on this over the last few days, because we were talking back and forth about whether or not we should say anything for a number of reasons, because we were so small, because our schedule, the video would go out much later.
Yeah, like, this is obviously a little bit late in comparison to...
Right, this is a week, maybe really a week and a half ago, basically. But it is important. And thinking on this, I realized that as a Magic community, a group of nerds who just do nerdy things, you know, we're kind of alone in terms of the rest of society, I guess. That's not to get too, like, philosophical or whatever.
Yeah,
but, like, we haven't always been the cool kids. Like, I play Magic at lunch in school with my buddies, and people be like, this freaking dweeb over here, and I was totally fine with that, right? And then you'd hear all these things about, for instance, when Magic first came about, you had parents super worried about Magic because there was a pentagram printed on a card. And so there were articles in Christian magazines, that's it, I was gonna say books, nope, in magazines warning parents about Magic, which we all know as a community is just it's just a fun card game. Fun card game.
It was not meant to be in any way, you know, slanderous to any religious faith or anything like that. Right. It was just a card game.
Yeah, and Wizards was they were so worried that it was non-inclusive that they reprinted the card and took it out, basically. Yeah. So, and throughout the years, you have people talk about Magic like, oh, that game is just for nerds. Oh, that game is just for men. Oh, that game is just for people who don't have that many friends or really whatever. And I realized that we become a self-fulfilling prophecy only when we emulate those things. Only when we make it just for X or Y are we that. Because at the core of it, Magic has never been about this is a man's hobby or this is a nerd's hobby. Like, so many people play Magic that you wouldn't even think about play Magic. And I don't want to call any famous person out on here, but like a bunch of really interesting, fun people play Magic because it's an interesting, fun game.
Yeah.
So all that to say is we're only as gross and as slimy as we let ourselves be.
Yes.
Not to call anybody out and say that anyone is gross and slimy, but we can certainly act that way.
And this is to say, again, not calling anybody out, but there's been actions taken on both sides of this argument.
Yes,
that represent this. So, you know, we're not actually calling anybody out on this. This is genuinely both sides of the argument. There have been a lot of nasty comments, a lot of nasty messages sent, which that just makes us as a community that little bit worse.
Yeah.
And every single message brings that bar a little bit lower.
Absolutely.
And it's like, can we not try to raise the bar? Should we not be trying to raise the bar? You know,
an article was written in Kotaku about it.
Yeah.
Like, the day after all the tweets blew up and some got published somewhere and all that stuff. Kotaku, which I've got my own opinions about Kotaku.
Most people do.
Right. But all that to say is we're not like invisible. Like stuff, stuff that the
people see this.
Yeah, and if this becomes kind of the expectation for outsiders, our game's not going to grow.
Yep.
And the game is going to die because enough people will leave and get out of the hobby.
And to that point, a lot of people have claimed that they are leaving because of this.
That's right.
And
not just the cosplayer.
No. This, I mean, YouTubers are resigning from Magic content because of this. And, you know, these are the people that are headlining the community in a more public way. And we aren't directly forcing them. They feel forced out of the community because of this. And that's just not what we should be doing. Yeah. We need to be building up the community. We need to be coming together as much as possible. And if we feel something is incorrect, we should absolutely state that. However, that doesn't mean send death threats.
God, no.
That doesn't mean slander the other person in any way. It just means point it out, speak to them about it, speak to somebody a little bit higher up if you feel like you're not getting anywhere with it. Do something, but don't go that far.
Let it be constructive.
Yes.
I tell people I work with, you're not working there or doing that thing with those people because you're better. So really, you just have to be better. You don't want to sink to their level.
Nope.
Whomever that is in your respective.
Yes.
Whatever. So really, final point I want to make about all this. At the end of the day, at every Friday Night Magic, at every Grand Prix, at every Pro Tour table, we are just playing cards.
Yes.
We don't have to insult people's faith, sex, political beliefs,
race,
no matter
anything.
Race, thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Orientation, sexual orientation. We don't have to insult any of that. And good people, to be a little flagrant, good people wouldn't. So if someone does, and you're the kind of person that wants to say something, there are times and ways in which you should, absolutely, and other times when you just would distance yourself from that other person. Yeah. And again, that's not to say... I'm a big advocate on unspoken... like, if you don't speak your mind about an evil or a bad thing that happens, you are part of the problem. I understand that, and I don't want to say, oh, just don't complain about it. That's absurd. But there are times and ways to do it constructively that actually better the community.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think there are creators that did.
I think so too.
However,
I think there are a lot, again, on both sides that did not.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I think there's an argument to be made on both sides. Mm-hmm. Again, we're not going to be taking sides on this, so you're not going to hear it from us, but...
I may have. I don't know.
I mean...
Talk amongst yourselves.
We have our own opinions, but again, this goal is to forward the community.
Right.
And so...
That's kind of why
That's why we are omitting that. Yeah. But...
Okay.
To forward the community, and to get all that out of the way...
I think I'm good.
We thought our response should be to talk about some of the best times we've had in Magic.
Yeah, there have been a lot.
There have been a lot recently, in fact, and a lot from years and years ago. I have a couple in mind for both, but
nice.
I think this is something that we would invite you to take part in if you have a favorite moment in Magic, in your Magic history, or if you have an experience that you really enjoyed, share it with us. We'd love to hear it.
Absolutely.
Again, trying to forward the community a little bit.
Be reflective. Look back on all the fun times.
So, that being said, give me a moment from your past Magic experience. Give me something that you have just beyond enjoyment, something amazing.
Yeah. So, I was, I want to say like 14. Braces.
Yeah. Oh,
big old glasses. Poofy hair.
Poofy hair.
I'm saying like, yes. Yeah. It was a mighty mane.
Oh, I wish I knew you then.
That's pretty cool. So, yeah, this dorky kid, and in many ways I still am and always will be. This dorky kid.
No.
Never. I walked into a card shop and I was looking just to pick up a few cards. I had some with me, a deck I'd thrown together that I made with one of my buddies, Gregory. You know who you are. And I was perusing the singles, And there was a table
So bad.
of 3 guys, and they were all playing Magic. One dude had more Dark Ascension fat packs than I think I have ever seen anywhere. He had like a little rolling backpack full of them. Hey, yo.
Happens every time.
Every time. We need a bingo board.
It's one of my favorite Magic.
Smacking the mic. So he's got all these cards, and I see these guys playing, and I'm like just kind of watching, and one guy's building a deck, the other 2 are going at it. And this is the first time I saw Ponder also. Ponder blew my mind.
Well, that's a good start.
So they're playing Magic, and they see me like kind of do that like coy, shy kid thing, and they were like, "Hey, do you want to come play Magic?" And I was like, "I'm really bad. Like I just started." And they're like, "Everybody's bad. Just come play." So I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." So I sit down and we play for probably 2 hours or so.
Oh, wow.
So this is after school, and mom was like, "Oh, text me when you're done." Whatever, mom stuff. So this is a while. We just played Magic. So the people that ended up teaching me Magic, one was a school teacher, the dude with all the fat packs.
Yeah.
He was a math teacher at an elementary school. I didn't go to it, but still. The other 2 were just the nicest guys I've ever met. They were 2 gay guys, and they played Magic together, and that's how they met. And So I ended up they were like, "Come to the F&M this time. It's really fun. Everyone's super inviting." Yeah, it was just a really cool, inclusive time. I met these strangers, and they invited me.
And you got to learn a game out of it.
Yeah.
And hang out with really cool people.
They were super nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I saw them many times afterwards at the comic store, and yeah, it was nice.
Yeah. That's a good intro to the game.
I wonder where they are now.
Cloud of dreams.
Anyway.
So to stick with the theme of the intro into Magic, I guess. I may have talked about this before on one of our earliest episodes, but my intro to Magic was via a Christmas present from my mom. And it was
Thanks, Kevin's mom.
Thanks, Kevin's mom. So she provided for me a 7th edition game for the computer, along with 2 little 7th edition starter decks. That is when I first started playing 7th edition.
Nice.
It was awesome. The flagship card being Thorn Elemental.
I was gonna say Thorn Elemental.
It also had, of course, the perfect creatures for red and blue, Visidrix and Trained Orc.
I was gonna ask the weirdest creature.
Vanilla 6/6s, perfect.
Hey.
Twice in this episode. God.
I'm gonna scooch it back.
There you go. So we sat down to try and learn this game. I had no idea what we were doing. To this day, we got everything wrong, I'm sure. She tries to play occasionally still, and she doesn't get it, which is adorable. And my mom's a sweetheart.
She is. If you ever have a chance to listen to Kevin talk about his mom and game nights, it's the best thing because
it's exciting.
She loves so much everything they play and is so excited about it.
And
it warms my heart.
She's such a sweetie. Oh my gosh, I love my mom. But anyway, she introed me into the game. We sat down, we tried to learn it together. We got everything wrong, and it was the best time I have ever had with Magic. It was fantastic. It was such a good start. As I progressed, I was in Scouts. Nerd. I was in Scouts as growing up. Yeah, I was super nerdy.
Well, hey, tons of us were in Scouts.
I mean, I stuck with it. I did. Eagle Scout. What?
I forget you're an
Eagle Scout. Yeah, you forget. Everybody does because I don't look like an Eagle Scout. Anyway, so I did have a small group of friends in Scouts that played, and I met them through Scouts. They had played beforehand, so we sat down. Usually on campouts, we were not allowed to have electronics, and so we actually decided, you know what, let's play card games. And so we played Spades and we played other stuff. Egyptian Rat Screw, which if you don't know is a great game.
That's an awesome game.
Nobody will play me at Egyptian Rat Screw anymore.
Bet, that's my game.
We're gonna have a tournament of Egyptian Rat Screw.
Knuckles of Steel, baby.
Anyway, so we did play Magic a lot during that time. Again, still getting plenty of things wrong, as you do when you're young and you don't know what you're doing. But it was such a good time. That was sort of my intro into it. That was how I sort of got to the point where I really knew that this was something I enjoyed. And then, of course, I started collecting and doing that whole thing. Sold out a couple times and then got back in. And now I'm spending $45 on Dark Confidants because, hey.
It's what you do, man.
It's what you do.
I'm telling you, you're going to go to a GP one day and we're
Maybe so. It's going to be great.
going to play and sweep it.
Yeah.
Top 8, here we come.
I will say.
Watch out, LSV.
I will say, sort of in the middle ground for me, my best moments and memories were with a good friend of both of ours, Tyler Rutledge, who he is in the Navy, or excuse me, the Air Force right now in Alaska, not the Navy. I was thinking of Oliver, Monica's brother. Anyway, Tyler and I played a lot together. We were really the only two in our friend group at the time who played. And so we played casual decks. I played Blue Black Mill, which you've heard me talk about before. He played Blue Green. Do what?
I say casual decks.
It was casual at the time. I didn't spend that much.
No, you're right.
At the time. And then he played sort of a counter to that, which was Green Blue. And we played countless games. And because our decks were like so just countering each other back and forth, it was so well placed. We ended up having games that lasted hours. And I'm not saying matches that lasted hours. I'm saying a singular game, 60 card decks. This isn't Commander. That lasted hours. And it was awesome. I remember in particular, there was one evening where another friend of ours, Tyler, and I, we were all staying the night at Tyler's place. And the third party just decided to go to bed because we were playing this game and it lasted like 3 or 4 hours.
That could be 2 people.
Gerald. It was Gerald.
That's going to be my first guess.
Calling you out, buddy, who will never watch this.
He's too cool.
He's too cool for Magic. No, Gerald's a great friend too.
He is.
We played Yu-Gi-Oh together, so shout out to Gerald. But yeah, so that was sort of the middle ground moment for me with really getting to the point where I knew what the game was about, knew how to play, and also just thoroughly enjoyed those games, man.
Yeah.
They were awesome.
Nice.
What about your middle ground?
A middle ground? Well, I actually have one that was super recent.
Okay.
Like last night, actually.
What?
Yeah. So, no, I lied. Saturday night. It was Saturday night. My buddy, he was here for the stream event. Antonio, you met him.
Yeah.
He's been wanting to learn Magic, and he's asked Parks, his roommate, and our good friend, of course, to teach him. And he just mentioned this in passing, and I said, "Oh, let me come." Come. So we ended up going to Walmart.
Yeah.
Because that's where you go.
That's where you go at.
Yeah. At
12 at night.
This was, about midnight. Because we all got off work. We met at his apartment, and we took a road trip, got snacks.
There you go.
We bought him a deck builder's toolkit.
Oh, gosh.
Which any seasoned player looking for, like, bombs and really good...
Don't buy that.
No. It's $20. You get a bunch of cards. It's a good intro, I'll say.
Yeah,
I think it's great for new players, and that's exactly why we got it. Gives you a bunch of lands, so it's great for new players. So we bought him this deck builder's the thing. Bought the thing. We go to his house, and I've made before I went, I made 2 really just not good decks. They're not. Yeah, it was my Exalted deck and a what was it? A Pauper Extort deck.
Okay.
So, it's fun.
I bet it is fun. Extort was a fun mechanic.
Yeah, it's just not that. It's not great.
It's not good.
It's not tailored to the extreme. So we play this game, and it's a 3-way game. First player loses, and it's down to me and Antonio, and it is really close. Like, it's a good game of Magic for crappy decks. And I swung on board. Next turn, I had the win, and I knew that. I told him, I'm not going to try to, like, lose.
Yeah,
You're going to have to win, because that's what it's about. So I had it on board, and he drew a card, and it takes him a little bit, because he's his first time really playing, and he's looking at everything. And then I just see this elated look on his face.
I love that look.
And he does
I've seen that multiple times.
And that thing all new players do where all their lands are separate and you tap them one by one. He did that and slammed this card down, which gave everybody flying. And of course, he swung in and won. And he said,
so cool.
So loud. But just to see that excitement.
That's fantastic.
Like, he genuinely loved what just happened. And it felt so great. And I was like, yeah, dude, you got it. You killed
That's
me.
so cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you guys did that. That's awesome.
It was kind of impromptu. Like,
yeah.
At the end of work, I was like, let me come.
Dude, that's awesome.
Well, yeah.
Well, welcome a new player to the community then.
It was super cool. He's one of the best people I know, funniest guy.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
He was super nice. I met him very, very recently, but he was very nice.
Yeah. And
so,
that opinion you have of him will never change.
Good.
He's a great dude.
I'm excited to play with him.
Yeah, right?
That's going to be great.
Sweet? Yeah, so
maybe a new member on the stream every once in a while.
Maybe. We have a few people at work actually who want to learn how to play.
Dude.
Because we just talk about it a lot.
Well, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
I'm down for
I've
that.
always said. It's great to welcome him in and to see him genuinely enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's freaking BF early. Man. It was mega dark outside.
Oh, yeah.
So we all should have been in bed. But yeah, we had reheatable burritos and magic to get to.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
For weenies.
Man,
so many cool phrases I'm coming
I
up
know
with
you
today.
got it tonight, man. That's awesome. I will say, speaking on the more recent stuff, and this is sort of a thank you, sort of just a reminiscing of the past, since April, I guess, that we started this.
6
We've
months,
done,
right?
It's been about 6 months. Yeah, I think
Man.
so. We have done a lot in 6 months. A lot that I'm proud of, a few things I'm not. But honestly, it has been... No, actually, I've enjoyed every moment of it. There have been stressful times occasionally.
Yeah.
This episode is a bit stressful because we're recording a bit late.
That's true.
But other than that, honestly, it's been a fantastic 6 months.
Yeah,
Building up what small community we have has been fantastic. Your support has been fantastic.
Heck yeah.
I mean, everything we do, we're constantly surprised, right? Like, we set goals and we surpass them almost every time. I think every time.
So far.
It's really been insanely awesome how much support you guys have given. So, first of all, thank you. I do appreciate that. I know, Will, you do as well.
Yeah.
So, you guys are great. A personal thank you to Will, because honestly, we sat down to record this thing, so it was just an impromptu thing. We were like,
Yeah.
you want to do a Magic podcast? Sure. All right, let's do it. So we sat down. We had a singular microphone at the time. Didn't have video at the time. We didn't have any of that. We just sat down and recorded an episode, and then we said, all right, let's figure out how to make this happen. And we did. And to be able to have, first of all, somebody who enjoys Magic so much and who I love playing against, because we do have very good games most of the time.
Darn right.
Except when I play competitive Commander versus an out-of-the-box deck. Anyway, we've had some fantastic times playing Magic throughout this 6-month period and everything. It's been awesome. So thank you to you. Thank you to also... Don't cry.
I'm not. I'm sniffly. It's December.
Something's in my eye.
Diabetes.
What? Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Easter egg about me. I'm diabetic.
Yeah, there you go. Pop quiz, I don't know. Also to everybody on the stream, Parks and Andrew, who have been our most recent stream buddies, have been fantastic. Alex, who unfortunately isn't with us anymore. Not going to talk about any of that. He didn't die. He's fine. Yeah, he's fine. But we do appreciate all that he did for us. He was our editor for a while. He also streamed with us a couple times. Yeah. Fantastic to have met him, and I hope that somehow we can bring him back in some way at some point. I would love that.
It's good, amigo.
To our one-off people, Monica and Zach.
It's a fun time.
Yeah, they've been great. And just everything that we've done, it's been hopefully to build that community, hopefully to keep everything moving forward, and you guys have helped us do that. Everybody that's been involved has helped us with that. So thank you to everybody. It's been awesome.
Agreed. Thank you, man.
I love you, Will.
Love you too, buddy.
Never gonna say that again.
No,
that's not true.
Not used to that. So yeah, this is gonna be a really fun episode for me to watch back.
Yes.
Maybe not for you, but thanks anyway for being here.
This was our thank you to everybody and all that, and hopefully
feeling good. There used to be a show on YouTube called SourceFed. My favorite segment is a segment called Feeling Good. It was about 2 minutes long, and a guy just talked about stories that made him feel good. And he'd run in and out of frame, and he'd say, feeling good, and run off and run, blah, 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 blah. SourceFed's no longer with us. by SourceFed, but
Yeah.
good times. Just made me think about that.
I've thoroughly enjoyed everything that we've done with this. It's been fantastic.
Man,
We're done. That's it.
All right.
We quit.
Put the feels away. Screw it.
Yes. Guys,
you can be a jerk to me now again.
just keeping in mind, last little thing before we move off of this, make sure everything you do when it comes to Magic is forwarding yourself in the community and also hopefully furthering the community as a whole.
Yeah.
Make sure, let's not do crazy things that just don't need to be done.
So, it hurts everybody.
It really does. It really does.
If you think it doesn't, it will hurt you the more people you drive away.
Yes.
The more this business suffers.
Exactly. We just want to play a card game.
Yeah.
Let's also keep it in perspective. It's a card game.
Exactly.
Anyway, guys, let's move into the question of the week. Obviously, Unstable is coming out in just a couple days, which we are highly excited about. Hopefully, we'll have either a stream this weekend or the following weekend. I'm not sure exactly when that's going to happen. But ideally, we'll have something set up for you guys to enjoy. But the question of the week was basically just what are you most excited about? And this could have been a card, could have been an experience. Maybe you have a play group set up and you're going to draft it. We did get a number of responses. A lot of them were just, I'm excited for cubing or, just drafting. You do get to throw these in cube. It'd be great. The lands, a lot of people are excited about the lands, as am I.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen them yet, go look at them.
They're fantastic.
And try
oh my gosh, they're so good.
Computer.
Yeah, honestly. Somebody said the contraptions. I was actually a little uncertain on the contraptions. Having looked into them a bit more, I'm a little more sold on them. I think it'll be fun. Outside of playing them just in a draft format, though, I don't think they will be worthwhile. But they do look fun. A few particular cards. The Crow Storm. That's probably the card I'm most excited about, to be honest, because it's super cool. A lot of people are excited about the Urza Planeswalker, as am I. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Right. Earl of Squirrel.
That's mine!
I knew it would be.
Squirrely.
Yes.
Rosewater said, it's like Lifelink, but with squirrels.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's great.
Just make an army of squirrels, baby. And they just coming for you.
It's gonna be fun to play. I'm so excited. But yeah, a lot of really good responses, guys. We do appreciate all of that, and we are just as excited as you are.
Yeah, it's always gonna be great.
It's gonna be a great set. So, with that though, the next question of the week is just, what is your favorite experience that you've had with Magic? Let's keep it on theme a little bit. Just give us short little blurb about what your favorite experience, and could be anytime. It could be recent, could be when you were 12, if you're 20. If you're 12 and your memory is at 12, that was recent.
Thanks for clearing that up, Kev.
Age is hard, okay? Numbers are difficult.
Numbers are hard.
Numbers, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on.
What else, Kev? What else?
Our final segment, guys. Our Crack-a-Pack. I do actually, I omitted somebody.
Oh gosh.
I have to thank Grand Slam too.
Heck yeah.
Not just for sponsoring everything, but they are actually just very good friends of the podcast and of us personally.
Yeah, they're great people.
They're fantastic people.
Very kind, very supportive.
Yes.
They do a lot for the nerd community.
Yes.
Where we are, so.
Absolutely. So huge shout out to everybody at Grand Slam, in particular. Clamp, obviously, being the one who runs the store. He does a fantastic job. So thank you to him. Thank you to Andrew, who helps out a lot there. And helps us a lot. Andrew, you're a good friend of ours.
Coming for those comics.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
All right. But they do also sponsor our Crack-a-Packs that we do every episode. And we do, of course, have our goal cards. Mine is Itlamok, Growing Rights of Itlamok. Yours is
Carnage Tyrant, baby.
Do you think this is it?
Today's the day.
You think it's the one?
I feel it. It's probably not.
You can do it. I believe in you. Mine is not.
Oh,
I got Fell Flagship.
Well, that kind of stinks. I was like, let me get the land out of the way. Nah, there ain't no land in this one. Treasure map.
Oh, that's great.
It's kind of anticlimactic.
A little bit.
Okay, so anyway. What does this do?
I don't know, man.
Transform it.
I'm ready for a new set, by the way. I'm just going to throw that out there.
This was,
I'm not saying this is a bad set. I'm just kind of tired of it.
Are you not saying this is a bad set?
I'm gonna let that be a personal opinion.
Right. It's probably fair. So treasure map is weird. Scry one, put a landmark counter on treasure map. If there are 3 or more landmark counters, remove them, transform it. Then you create 3 treasure tokens with sack it for mana. And at the end, it's just sack a treasure, draw a card. That's
generally not great and limited.
It's a weird mana sink.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a constructed deck trying to run with that, but
Yeah.
the format right now, it's way too slow.
Yeah.
For that to be good. So
You did get a foil rare.
Goring Ceratops.
I mean, that's a pretty sweet card.
Yep, whenever it attacks things, gain double strike.
That seems good.
I guess I'm going Boros aggro.
My pack was kind of garbage. There are really only 3 options. Fell Flagship is decent in like the Pirates deck. It also gives you a little bit of direction, but it is actually also just a decent 3-drop. Adzocan Archer, am I saying that correctly, you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Is actually a decent card. There are definitely some synergies there, but I don't think it's first picking. Territorial Hammer Skull.
That's the one.
That's perfect.
That's the one.
Whenever it attacks, you get to tap a creature the opponent controls, which may not seem great for anybody new to Limited, but tappers make all the difference. It would tap that thing down. You don't get to do anything about it.
You're right. Well,
I don't know. Well, yeah, but
still, you're
it's
right.
a great card.
You're right.
No, but tappers are important, so I'm happy to get that.
They are.
That would probably be my pick.
If you can control the board in combat, then you do it.
Yeah.
That'd be your first pick, really?
It'd be either that or the flagship.
Flagship? Yeah.
Flagship is really good. It's at its best, obviously, in the Pirates deck, so maybe that would be the way to go.
Dude, Slice in Twain.
What?
No, not the card. It's kind of bleh.
Oh, yeah.
But just the name.
Yes, super good name.
I'm kind of bummed they use In Twain.
Have you ever noticed how, like, they use really good names for not really good cards sometimes?
Yep.
I mean, this being a prime example.
Slice in Twain.
Yeah.
In Twain!
Mark!
Wow. You are a nerd.
That's a joke for 2 reasons, let's just say. Anyway.
The other one.
Yeah, you would be the only one to know the other one. Anyway.
God.
Guys, thank you again to Grand Slam. Thank you to all of you.
Yes.
Thank you to Will. A lot of thank yous and all that crap.
Thank you, Kevin.
I'm never going to say it again.
You said that the first time, and then you said it again 5 minutes later.
That's because I lie.
I can't trust you.
This is 72 episodes in, dude. You should know that I lie by now.
You
I
don't
lie
even
about
like
every.
blue.
I didn't even buy Dark Confidant. That's not true. I bought 4 of them, unfortunately.
I didn't even buy Dark Confidant. I stole them. Okay.
Oh my gosh, that was awesome. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Make sure to take part in the question of the week and tell us about your unstable experiences. I'm crying a little bit because this is hilarious. My name is Kevin.
My name is Will.
And this has been It Resolve.